Welcome back. Today I have a video of Macedon versus Athens. So, we're going to take a look at the Macedon's troops. They looks like they have a few thorax swordsmen. A bit of thorax swordsmen. Some mercenary clarent archers. And spears. We'll take a look at Athens' troops here now. So, looks like Athens is bringing a lot of thorax swordsmen by the look of it. Quite a bit of thorax swordsmen, actually. I think he's trying to break through the Macedon's lines. We'll see if they do or not. And then we got mercenary, I don't know how to pronounce that, warriors. And then we have his general, which is a piked hoplites. We'll see what they do in this battle. He also has some mercenary Cretan archers. And by the looks of it, he's going to use the Tauruses to break down the walls. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, we'll see which side wins, Macedon or Athens. And if I'm getting one of the names wrong, my apologies. But one thing I see is that Macedon has artillery and Athens does not. And it looks like they put up some spike stone beds to slow the enemy's troops from coming through the gate. But what it looks like is when the Athens are moving their Taurus up to tear down this wall. But it looks like Macedon has set up their defense here. It looks like they were not going to hold the wall at all, which is very odd. Most players, if they use those siege towers, I'm pretty sure he's going to be rushing troops up the wall if he uses them. I think Macedon should send more troops up here instead of having this many. But then again, most of Athens' forces are back there, so it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at the city while they're advancing. I don't think I've ever played this particular map before. If I have, I think it was once. And I think the victory point, yes, the victory point is right here. One thing I can tell you about this map, just by looking at it, there's a lot of entry points. So, if Athens breaks through here, they could easily make their way over to the center. Although I'd love if they have made this to where you could send men up these stairs, past this, and line up your archers like right here. I think that would be a very nice add-on. Oh, it looks like Athens' troops are advancing. Looks like he's moving up his mercenary archers and thorax swordsmen. So I think I was right. It looks like he's going for this side, and I think he's going to focus more on this. It looks like Macedon is setting up a square formation. Interesting tactic. Now, I guess Macedon saw that they were advancing to this side, so he decided to move up more of his forces. Let's see how many forces... Oh, smart move. He started to shift some forces this way, in case they try to come in from this side. If they break this unit, they have something to support it to make sure they don't come around. What is Macedon doing here? Well, we'll see what they're doing in a minute, but it looks like he is accidentally misplaced his units here. We'll see if he fixes that. Yeah, but it seems Athens is just waiting. I guess he's just waiting for the walls to be knocked down. Oh, it looks like... Oh, look at that. An artillery hit just took out, like... Wow, this unit is almost down half from their original. And it looks like now that they've destroyed the wall over here... Oh, look at that hit. Killing a probably good 10, 20 more Athenian soldiers. This side is not looking good for the Athenians. But then again, they may send forces over here, but they're so far back. Oh, and that was another good hit. Yeah, the Athenians didn't really do anything over here. They're just leaving this unit to die. That's what basically the player did. Let's take a look back over here. Oh, it looks like he changed his tactics and decided to hold the point with some military spear or military hoplites versus the thorax warriors. Oh, and look at this. He's using his jabby capabilities, but it looks like they managed to slip through. And it looks like they're going for the back of these spearmen. Honestly, this could be an advantage or disadvantage because it looks like it's a disadvantage because look at all these spears going into these thorax swordsmen. Oh, it looks like the force over there is returned. Oh, I see what he's trying to do on this side. He's trying to lighten up these spearmen by using archers. While most of the fighting's happening over here. Now, Macedon better do something quick here because they could just flood through. Look at this. He's sending more forces behind these thorax swordsmen. And they're still getting speared. Oh, look at these guys being piled up by spears. Who's throwing those? Yeah. The thorax swordsmen, or the spearmen, are throwing projectiles, and they just broke that thorax unit. And it looks like they're just going to use archers, probably try to dwindle down Macedon's forces. But you gotta realize there's this arrow tower. And I haven't seen any archer play from Macedon yet. But I think the Athenians should hold their ammo and save it for the archers. Because look at this. It looks like Macedon has had enough of these archers just going after these spearmen. So he sent up some archers to handle it. Oh, it looks like the Athenians sent in their force that was weakened. Honestly, I would have not sent in these guys alone, because this is basically a throwaway force at this point. And basically because of this. Now, he could be doing this, he could be like wasting the Macedon's ammo. That's what he could be doing. That could be a strategy over here. To waste their ammo so they can push in on this side. But I don't think that's going to work here. Because it's just too dwindled down and they're going to die. And I think that he's going to charge in more troops. Yeah, I think he's sending in his thorax swordsman to clean this up. Anyway, let's head to the main focus of this battle. Oh, it looks like Macedon spearmen broke from the front line. Oh, and look at this. He's made a double spear formation, or a V formation. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen this in a battle before. I think he's going to probably send them in once they're dwindled down enough, and then pull out the spearmen. Let's see where his archers are at. Oh, it looks like some of the Macedon archers was getting slaughtered over here by other archers. Look how many that died here. These poor archers. And as I thought, these thorax swordsmen. Oh, it looks like he has not given up on this flank. He's sending over 2 more units as thorax swordsmen. Now, these guys have been firing for a while now. I think these mercenary Cretan archers are almost out of ammo. Anyway, let's head over to the main fight. Oh, I think he's trying to rush his way through these hoplites, or spearmen. He's trying to rush his way through this spearman. I think he's trying to make an opening. Oh, but look at that spear kill right there. And these poor spearmen, they're being absolutely decimated by those archers. Those mercenary Cretan archers. These poor spearmen. And I think, and like that, they waver and are fleeing the battlefield. But it looks like he has another unit of spearmen not too far behind he's going to send in to fill the gap. Oh, and look at this. He's sending up his thorax swordsmen to use their ammo on the walls. I think that would be nice because they can get a good angle on these thorax swordsmen. One thing is they got to make sure they don't break and lose this. And look at this. It looks like some of the thorax swordsmen are winded. And Macedon's forces are pretty fresh, it looks like. Let's take a look at the other part of the battle. Oh, it looks like he's focusing all of his might on trying to break through these spearmen. Now, there's one flaw in this plan, and that's their back is open. And Macedon really hasn't used their archers at all. Not a lot of archer play from them. Now, I have seen this happen in battles to where they send in 2 or 3 units to where they try to, and it's 1 unit holding, to try to spread them thin to get a unit by. But the player that's doing Macedon is doing a pretty good job of keeping the Athenians at bay. And is keeping them stuck here. Like, they have killed a whole lot of Athenians at this choke point. And the placement of those thorax swordsmen, they're getting kills. Now, they're not out. They still have a large portion of their army still outside. But it looks like the troops in here are breaking. Now, we could see some more ammo play of archers and spears throwing. But at the moment, it looks like they have wiped out the Athenian soldiers that tried to come in through this wall. Oh, and look at this. I think they're going after these archers. Macedon saw them pulling up these archers in, and they sent in their spearmen to take care of them. Smart play. Now, they're still fighting over at this end. They sending any more troops over? Oh, it looks like they have not given up on this side. It looks like they're sending 2 more units. Over 3, maybe. Over to this side. So it looks like he's tired of just hanging back here, and he's moving his forces in. My guess he's going to send 1 in behind them, and set 1 here to hold the incoming forces. To be honest, I would have just peppered this with archers and send in the melee later. Because this is a solid defense right here. I don't see the Athenians getting through this. And the Macedons are doing well. Sorry if I've mispronounced the factions. Now, there has been an opening here by the Athenians, but it looks like they're too entangled with the spears and thorax swordsmen. And it looks like the archers and these thorax swordsmen are going to break. And it looks like they're rushing in their more thorax swordsmen. Oh, no! Some of their other swordsmen. And it looks like they're rushing the spearmen out. Well, this is an entanglement. Both their forces are pretty much in between each other. Some are behind. But it looks like they're standing in a stance like here to hold. And look at this. They broke that, so they're sending another unit of spearmen to hold. And I think they're going to try to flank these thorax swordsmen here. Or use the archers. I gotta give it credit to the players doing this. The player that did Macedon has done well so far. He has mostly kept them at this choke point here. And he's keeping the other Athenian soldiers at bay here. As in terms of men left on the battlefield and reserve units, I gotta say Macedon has about 1 or 2 units non-combat. And that would be these thorax swordsmen up here and in the back. And it looks like they're just resting in the middle here. Neither of them is taking a fight to each other. They're just sitting here, menacingly staring at each other. And the archer fire comes in. It looks like they've stopped their attack, but are sending in the spears and arrows. It may be good to rest your troops, but if you're being shot by archers, I would pull out or attack. Because you don't want to just be sitting here in the open. Oh, and it looks like he's sending in his thorax swordsman now. And he's trying to go for the tip of this V formation. And it looks like he is out of archers. Now, he's committed all his forces here. All of his forces are in melee. He's got no reserves. Well, neither side really has any reserves. Most of them are in combat. Look at this. He's sending over his Thorax swordsmen to finish these guys off from the rear. And Macedon has just been saving his archers to spray upon the enemy. He was holding his archers for late game, which we're in now. And pretty much all of Macedon's forces, except his general, I believe, are in combat. Same for the Athenians. Let's take a look at where the Macedon general's at. Here we go. And it looks like the shield bearers is the Macedon general. Oh, it looks like we got some wavering over here by the spearmen of Macedon. But I think that'll change once these Thorax swordsmen rush in. Or are they going to try to throw some javies into the rear of these Athenian swordsmen? But anyway, if they do not attack this, the archers will still do damage. But I say if the Athenians has any chance of winning right now, I think it's over here and not over by this. Although he has made progress to where Macedon has sent over his Thorax swordsman for the wall to fill any gaps. He still has 2 extra units ready to hold this position in case these 2 spearmen fall. And by the looks of it, pretty much all of the units are fresh. Not been melee too long. And Macedon's mercenary Cretan archers are going to town on these Thorax swordsmen. Let's see what's happening over here. Oh, it looks like those Thorax swordsmen charged into the back of the warriors. And it looks like they're breaking them over here. All that's left is the Thorax swordsmen, which it looks like they're going to break over here. They are outnumbered. They're under archer fire. And there we go. And the one set on the wall. And once they free up this, he can move all of his forces over here to finish the rest of the Athenians. Now, they've done well on spraying out the line. I'll give the Athenians that. But it looks like the Macedon forces were making sure there was no openings for the enemy to go through. I think what's really going to do it is when he sends in these Thorax swordsmen. And it's just going to finish them off. Now, I'd say good work. He tried to send in some more Thorax swordsmen to stop the others from breaking. But I think the archers are on top of that. And if one of these units breaks here, because he has 3 units left. Oh, and look at this. Macedon's not just going to wait for one of these units to break. He's sending forces around. He's going to try to flank them. If those forces come through here and rush in, the Athenians are done here. Although it looks like the Athenians will lose this battle. The balance of power is heavily in the defenders. I'm curious though, let's see how many kills these archers have. These mercenary Cretan archers have 42 kills. What about the other one? These have 260 kills. The mercenary Cretan archers had been doing work. And look at that. Macedon has earned themselves a victory. I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and make sure to like and subscribe for more content.